Someone in heaven cried your name in the wind today. They wept because you forgot who you are. June 2nd is not random, it's reckoning. Your name echoes louder in heaven than here. The angels are watching, but one is sobbing. They saw what's coming, and it's beautiful and brutal. June 2nd unlocks something you buried in spirit. You're not ready, but your soul is. Heaven's grief means your purpose is near. A divine one begged for your heart last night. They saw your fall before you did. The cry wasn't fear. It was hope laced in sorrow. You have no idea what you survive next week. They see you pretending. Heaven doesn't buy it. You are days away from becoming what broke you. Heaven isn't warning you, it's waiting. They can't interfere, but they're shaking in the unseen. They prayed for you to wake before the shift. Your tears reached them too late last time. This time, they're already weeping in advance. You will remember everything you tried to forget. A heaven being screamed your name while you slept. You're on sacred watch. For a reason. June 2nd. Something you love breaks or blooms. They see it unravel. You feel it ache. They know the truth you're still afraid of. You will be crowned or crushed. You choose. Heaven already knows what you'll choose. Someone is crying because you're still pretending you're okay. They know what's coming. You feel it in dreams. Every second closer to June 2nd feels heavier. They're mourning the you that will never return. You will resurrect or run. You cannot do both. They watched you walk into something that isn't love. The sob in heaven was a warning wrapped in grace. You were marked for glory, but you forgot. Their tears are your alarm. You weren't supposed to be numb by now. On June 2nd, heaven wants to meet you again. You weren't sent to survive. You were sent to awaken. Something is ending, and it's not just the season. You've been too quiet. Heaven noticed. You'll see the sign when you break open. Their cry isn't despair, it's sacred remembrance. You will feel it in your bones at 3:06 a.m. They've waited years for this exact moment. June 2nd is not a coincidence. It's a crossroads. They're crying because love wants to reach you again. There's still time, but not forever. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. Heaven doesn't cry without reason. They begged God to hold you tighter this time. June 2nd will expose what you've been hiding from. They are crying because they can't protect you from truth. A celestial one whispered, "Wake her gently." You're still here because someone else wasn't. They saw the cost of your silence. You're walking toward something irreversible. They saw your spirit drop its sword. You're not lost, just overdue for divine disruption. You're carrying wounds that glow in the unseen. They cried when you stayed in what was killing you. Your soul signed up for this. Your fear didn't. Something ends inside you on June 2nd. They saw you say yes to something your soul said no to. You won't be the same after what's revealed. A name will be spoken that splits you open. You'll feel watched. That's because you are. Their tears were holy. So is what's coming. This isn't punishment. It's placement. They begged the heavens not to be too hard on you. You're more remembered in heaven than on earth. They wept because you still don't believe you're loved. The version of you they miss is rising again. Something sacred will tremble when you choose differently. The cry was a prayer wrapped in warning. You have no idea how close you are to breakthrough. They remember your light before you dimmed it. On June 2nd, your spirit will remember. They know who's lying to you. Do you? You keep trusting what's draining you. They're begging you to stop. A shift is coming, and your bloodline will feel it. They are crying for what you won't say out loud. You're already sensing the rupture. The holy cry wasn't for your pain, it was for your delay. Heaven loves you enough to interrupt everything. Your heart is about to scream louder than your head. You'll feel the unraveling in sacred places. The cry in heaven shook the moon last night. Someone is crying for the love you still run from. They cried because they know you won't be the same. What you've avoided will sit across from you June 2nd. Your calling is louder than your comfort. You're being held while everything falls away. You're not losing. You're becoming. They asked for angels to stand at your door. You'll be undone, and that's the gift. The veil will rip open inside you. You'll want to run. Stay. The cry was never goodbye. It was a beginning. They saw who touched you when you were most vulnerable. Heaven recorded what you tried to forget. They cried because you still don't know your worth. Your resistance is louder than your destiny, just for now. There will be a moment, June 2nd, where time pauses. You've been followed by light, but you keep hiding in shadows. The cry wasn't for your body, it was for your soul. You'll feel it in your chest before you see it. They cried when you said yes to what was beneath you. You're about to collide with your truth. Something holy breaks on June 2nd, and it's you. The crying one sees your whole story. They knew you before the ruin. You're closer to breakthrough than breakdown. They cried because they saw you still holding guilt. Someone is interceding while you're sleeping. Heaven weeps when you accept less than divine love. The grief above you is prophecy. Your soul wrote June 2nd in its contract. You don't know how needed you are. They're not just crying. They're declaring. You were chosen long before this confusion. Their tears are ancient and personal. You don't need to understand. Just answer. The silence is holy. You're being watched in love. Something you buried will return and call your name. They miss the you that believed in miracles. You'll finally stop pretending you're fine. This ache is divine reminder. They're weeping over your almosts. You'll recognize their cry in your own weeping. Heaven doesn't cry without a countdown. You'll feel held and hunted all at once. You're being called forward in spirit. They cried for the moment you'll finally believe them. Your pain has a witness in glory. You were never supposed to shrink like this. June 2nd is mercy disguised as madness. You're not late. You're divine timing in disguise. The cry wasn't fear. It was reverence for your return. They cried because you're about to remember the contract. Your yes will echo across dimensions. The disturbance you feel is destiny. They saw the chains fall before you even touched them. What's about to happen is already written. You'll see someone in your dream who's already crossed over. They've been preparing heaven for your rebirth. Someone there still believes in the old you. Your name was sung with holy sorrow. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more.